when you ask those questions, right? Like you're reflecting on yourself and you ask the questions, why I'm doing this, or why am I getting mad, or why am I feeling these emotions? A lot of times we have a lot of conversations about this. You can ask the question why, and you can have the answer, but then you have to do something with that answer. And when you have like a busy life, you have not a lot of energy left, not a lot of attention or time left. And to then like change your character because you ask a lot of why questions, so you know that you can become better, right? Maybe you want to quit smoking, maybe you want to exercise more, maybe you want to eat more healthier, but it's not always the time to do that, right? Or do you think that when you have the realization that you can do better, you have to do better? How do you think about that?
I think that there's a season in life for everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a season for money. There's a season for fun. There's a season for hard work. You have to determine that season based on your goals, right? So for me, at some point, right, I realized that my health was more important than the money. Why? Because I began to understand what wealth was by definition. Wealth, people are like, oh, this person's wealthy. Well, what does it mean to be wealthy? What does it mean? Is it just money?
Mm-hmm.
That's what everybody's told us. Oh, this person's wealthy. You know, they're a billionaire, they're wealthy. But are they really wealthy? Or are they just a person that has money? Wealth, by definition, my friend, is not money, it's abundance.
Mm-hmm.
Abundance. Do you live an abundant life? Are you healthy? Do people love you? Do you love people? Do you walk around with joy and gratitude? Are you financially stable? Are you free? Do you have the ability to do what you want, wherever you want, however you want?
Mm-hmm.
This is wealth. Wealth is abundance. So if you're lacking in an area of your life to create true wealth, you should focus on those things, right? So at some point, it's okay to make less money so you can spend more time developing your health. At some point, I was talking with a guy out of Singapore. We had a conversation for Capital Club. It's coming this summer. And he's done over $700 million in real estate development and has sold that, right? Like a fuck ton of money. And he said, people spend 20,000 hours developing their business skills, but they don't spend a single hour developing their family skills. And he's like, isn't that important? And I'm like, yeah, bro, it's fucking important. He's like, yeah, so I already put in my 20,000 hours in business. I'm going to spend 20,000 hours with my family to develop how to be a good husband and how to be a good father and how to be a good man. Why? Because he understands what wealth means, abundance. And it's in understanding these conversations and in speaking with different people that your goals begin to be realigned, right? That's the entire premise of playing the game. But if you're in the rat race, it's the same loop and the same shit time and time again, day and day again. No wonder you live a life of misery, because you're not living your fullest potential. You're not living and being and having a life of abundance. You're merely a cog in the machine of life because you have surrendered to the dreams and ambitions of other men.
Through social media pushed upon you, probably.
The system, brother.
Yeah. So who's the person you look at saying they're truly wealthy in the way you describe it?
I don't know, because I don't know the intricacies of people's lives.
True. Yeah.
All I can ask myself is, am I living authentically, and am I pursuing a life of well-rounded, balanced wealth? And right now I think I am. There's always areas to work on. But when we do a second podcast, I think you guys will be able to see some improvements on my end as well. So
cool. So what's your focus right now? Because you said everything is in a season usually. What season are you in at the moment?
I'm in the season of building Capital Club. You know, in 2019, I had gotten scammed, a pretty big scam, in an investment. It was almost $1 million, 900,000. And I was like, dang, you know, I'm a poor person with money. That's what I said. I was like, I got money, but I'm kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
You've seen those crypto guys. You know, they
For
make
sure.
some money, but they're dumb.
We've been to
Mm.
Dubai before.
They're all over, brother. They're in Miami as well. They're in LA.
Yeah, okay. Haven't been there yet, but
So-
we'll find out.
So there's this saying: if you make $1 million, you best become a millionaire. If not, you will lose it.
Yeah.
So I realized in 2019, I was a poor person with money. I had no network. I had no connections. I didn't really have much more than just money. And I said, if money is all I have, then I don't have much. And I know that may sound difficult for people that don't have money because money is such an important thing.
Mm-hmm.
But once you have money, you need to be able to develop the skills to what? Maintain money. So in my bedroom, 2019, I launched Capital Club. Why? Because I wanted to create a network and an environment for me. What did I need as an entrepreneur? I haven't created Capital Club for other people. I created Capital Club knowing what I needed as an entrepreneur. And it just happens to resonate with everybody else because guess what? We're all human. So maybe we need all similar things. We need good relationships, good networks, trusted mentors, trusted mentees, trusted peers, right? That you can be authentic with. I mean, Alexander's here watching from backstage. He's been to every Capital Club event. And the reason members continue coming back and back again is because there's an environment of authenticity, giving without expecting. And my entire premise was to create that. So I created that in 2019, and that's kind of what I've been working on for the last couple of years. But I was working on it from the elite perspective, right? It was the membership was $15,000. A very famous gamer just messaged me today to join Capital Club. His name's, I think it's pronounced Mongrel. And he's a big guy from FaZe Clan.
Okay, cool.
And he actually has made millions of dollars gaming. And he messaged me, he's like, hey, can I join Capital Club? That guy has $15,000 to join a yearly membership. And that guy makes a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, what could I do for the person that's making $5,000 a month? That's making $10,000 a month. That's an aspiring entrepreneur. So I decided to create the Capital Club membership. And that is $1 a day. Right.
All that day.
And the reason
Great
was
marketing, yeah.
very simple. When I was waiting tables, I had the opportunity once to wait tables for Jeff Bezos. He left me 15% tip. I still remember. He didn't interact with me. I didn't interact with him. But I was working in an environment where a lot of entrepreneurs came, a lot of businessmen came, a lot of people that work for the government. There's a lot of important people. And once, I caught the attention of this one guy and I said, hey, can I take you out for coffee? And he said yes. Why? Because we had a background. He used to do sales. I love sales, things of this nature. So he was like, hey, yeah, let's sit down and talk. And I paid for that coffee because that's all I could afford. So my entire premise of building this membership for entrepreneurs to join that are aspiring entrepreneurs, developing entrepreneurs, was I want people to have a network, mentors, relationship, an academy, and experience to develop for less than the price of a fucking cup of coffee.
Great.
And that's the entire premise for $1 a day.
Nice.
And how big is it?
Well, right now, it's not open.
It's not open.
And that's because by the time this podcast released, it'll probably be open. But our wait list is about 40,000 people.
40,000.
40,000 people is the wait list. And the wait list has been building for a long time. Our high tier membership, my wait list is about 400 people. There's only 150 that actually are part of the network because quality matters more than quantity.
It does.
I learned this from Leonidas. Leonidas in the 300.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to Persia, but they put one hell of a battle. And sometimes you just need 300 bad motherfuckers in your circle that are all about protecting the circle and are all about integrity and unity and authenticity and vulnerability and really care about each other to do big things. But if I can translate this to tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, potentially we can change the world. Part of the side quest.
Pretty cool.
That's crazy, man. Okay.
That's insane. So how do you go about helping that many people? Because they've got, I think, pretty different goals maybe. So what are a couple of the things that you think entrepreneurs should know or should develop in that all those thousands of people got in common that they need to develop to become their wealthy self?
I often tell people that every man needs 3 relationships in their life. In order for you to have balanced life, as a man, you need 3 relationships. First, you need a mentor, somebody that has gone the path that you want to go, that can instruct you and take you down the road, avoiding the pitfalls and avoiding the mistakes and avoiding the troubles that come that way. You need a peer, somebody that is at your level, at your equal, that you can mastermind with, that you can build a think tank, that you can go back and forth and discuss and argue and develop business. And then you need a mentee, whether it's your young brother or somebody that you bring into your business or an employee, somebody that you pour yourself into. Why? Because those people keep you accountable. Those people are the ones that check you. You know, you often have your little sibling, he'll ask you questions and he'll check you with authenticity and honesty and ask you shit. You're like, oh, whoa, like this kid's paying attention, right?
Yeah.
So every man in his life needs 3 relationships. And under those 3 relationships, Capital Club's been built. Mentors, peers, and mentees. That's why we have different tiers of Capital Club, because the goal isn't just to receive, but it's to give, right? Who you give to, who you network with, and who do you listen to. And if you can have these 3 relationships in check, which I believe every man needs, your goals will be pursuable regardless of how different they are.